Welcome to the changing room. Thanks for stopping by. Let's get started. This is a sequence that I like to do after I've gone for a run. I like it because it helps to kind of undo some of the things that running does. Lots of chest openers, stretch for the hips, lots of good unrunness. Bring your hands to your heart, come to stand at the top of your mat. If you like to dedicate your practice, then go ahead and do that. If you don't usually dedicate your practice, but maybe you want to start, I often like to dedicate the energy that I'm about to create to dedicate it to someone, a person who might need some strength or some good juju. Send it to them. So maybe your intention could just be to create some good energy for the world. Take an inhale and circle sweep your arms out and up and join your palms up above your head. And as you exhale, just fold your whole body forward. Bring your fingertips down, or maybe your hands come to your shins. Lift up halfway and look forward so there's a stretch through the backs of the legs, back body. Step your right foot back into a lunge. Look forward, sink into the hips, and then step that left foot back to meet the right. You're in a downward facing dog. Ripple your spine forward. Come into a plank pose. The shoulders are right above the wrists, and then drop your knees. Take your hips back to your heels and come into a child's pose. Take an inhale and stand up on your shins. Circle sweep your arms out and up. Join the palms up above your head and then come to fold forward. Just gently touch your forehead down onto the mat. Inhale, standing back up on your shins. Take the arms out and up. Join the palms above the head and exhale. Come back down gently. Kiss the mat with your forehead. Inhale, take the arms out and up once more. Exhale, folding forward, bowing down, forehead to the mat. Last time, take the arms out and up, join the palms above the head, and this time we'll turn it into a child's pose, leaving the arms out forward, hips go back to the heels. Leaving your palms down, go ahead and just rock forward through all fours and take yourself down onto your belly. Little baby cobra pose here, and then with an exhale, push yourself back into downward facing dog. With an inhale, take your right leg up toward the sky, stretch through your whole body, and with an exhale, step that right foot through to the space in between your hands. It's another lunge here. Look forward, sink down into your hips, and then kick that left foot forward to meet the right. You're in a forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhaling, stand up tall, take the arms out and up, join the palms up above your head, and exhaling, fold yourself forward once again. Inhale, lift up, look forward. And exhale and fold forward. Step left foot back to the back edge of your mat. It's another lunge. Look forward, sink down into the hips, strong through the legs, press out that back heel. Place the hands and then step the right foot back to meet the left downward facing dog. Take an inhale and ripple the spine forward into a plank pose. And then when you're ready to here, drop your knees, take hips back to heels. You're in a child's pose once again. Bring hands underneath shoulders and then push yourself up. Stand on the shins, arms go out and up. And once again, exhale, kiss the ground with the forehead. Inhale, arms out and up. Stand up tall on your shins. Exhaling, fold, forehead comes down to the mat. Inhale, arms out and up. Stand up tall on the shins. Reach, reach, reach. Exhaling, fold, back, forward. Forehead comes down. Last one, arms out and up, stand up tall on your shins. This time it will become a child's pose. Arms stay long, hips go down to the heels. And then slink yourself forward. Onto your belly you go like a little snake. Lift up into a cobra. And push your sweet self back into downward facing dog with an exhale. Take an inhale and lift that left leg up high. Exhale, step that left foot through to the space in between the hands. It's another lunge. Look forward, hips sink down, push out that back heel, and then step that right foot forward to meet the left, folding forward at the top of your mat. Inhale, take the arms out and up. Join the palms up above your head. And exhale, fold back, forward. Inhale, lift up, look forward. And exhaling, step right foot back to the back edge of the mat. This time, take the arms out and up and come into a high lunge. Reach the fingertips up, strong through both legs. Push out that back heel. And then with an exhale, sweep your arms forward and down and back, taking your chest toward that left knee. And then inhale, come back up like a wave. Up you go. Exhale, forward and back, down. Inhale, out and up once again. With an exhale, take those hands down. They frame the forward foot. Left foot goes back to meet the right. It's a downward facing dog. Inhale, rolling the spine forward, coming into a plank pose and lowering down as slowly as you can, seeing if hips and chest can land at the same time. Untuck the toes. Take an inhale and find a little cobra pose here. And with an exhale, hips move back and up into a downward facing dog. Inhaling, right leg lifts, reach, press through the hands, and then step that right foot through to the space in between those hands. Leave the left fingertips down and reach the right arm up toward the sky, twisting. Sink down into your hips, push strongly with that left palm into the ground so you can really grow up and out of it, really strong with your shoulders. Exhaling, belly button moves in toward the spine, lots of length in the back of the back. Kick back foot forward, and you're at a forward fold at the top of your mat. Shake your head no. With an inhale, draw yourself up to standing. Take the arms out and up. And with an exhale, fold your sweet self back forward. Inhaling, lift up and look up. And exhaling, step the left foot back to the back edge of your mat. With an inhale, these arms move out and up and you come onto a high lunge. And then again with the waves, you'll exhale and take these hands forward, down, and back. The chest moves toward that forward leg. Inhaling, back up you go. Exhale, down, bow. Arms move back, and inhale, they go up to the sky. One last time, back. Inhale, high, into the high lunge you go. Exhaling, the hands come down, they frame that right foot. Right foot goes back to meet left. Here's your downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward, plank pose. Exhale, low and slow, all the way down to the ground. With an inhale, find your little cobra pose. And with an exhale, we move into downward facing dog. Inhaling, take the left leg up. Exhaling, left foot steps to the space in between your hands. Twisting now, leave the right fingertips down and reach the left arm up toward the sky. Sparkle out all of your fingertips. Reach, reach, reach. Exhaling, the belly button moves in toward the spine, and that gives you length in the low back. Take a couple more breaths, and then with an exhale, the hands come down, they frame that left foot, right foot kicks forward to meet the left, and you're in a forward fold at the top of your mat once again. Inhale, up to standing you go. The arms go out and up, palms join. Exhale, hands to the heart. Breathe and feel. Chair pose, bring the weight back into the heels, sit back in your imaginary chair, and then with an inhale, stand up, reach your arms up, and with an exhale, fold yourself back forward. Inhale, lift halfway, look up, and exhale, step right foot back toward the back edge of your mat. Inhaling into a high lunge, you go once again. And then when you're ready to straighten this forward knee, and then exhaling, bend back into it. Inhale, straighten, come high onto the ball of the back foot. Exhale and lower. One more time. There's a lot of balance going on, so if you're a little wibbly wobbly, that's okay. Sink down into your hips, strong, strong, strong. With an exhale, Take the hands down, they frame that forward foot. Forward foot goes back to meet the back. You're in a downward facing dog. Roll forward, plank pose. Slow, 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 lower down all the way to your belly. Untuck your toes. Clasp your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers behind your back. See if you can straighten your arms and see if you can get those arms to come off of your booty. So they're floating. Shoulder blades are drawing together behind your back and your heart is beaming forward. Your gaze is forward. When you're ready to, lift the legs up off the ground and see if you can stretch out of all of your toes. Maybe you can even find some action in the balls of the feet, pushing out of the balls of the feet as well. So everything's lifted and you're breathing and balancing on your hip bones and your belly. Release that, take the arms out wide, bring the hands beneath the shoulders, and with an inhale, find a nice back bend, cobra pose or upward facing dog, and push your sweet self back into downward facing dog on an exhale. Inhaling, the right leg lifts, reach it up high. Open this hip now, stack the right hip on top of the left, push into both of your hands equally so that your shoulders stay pretty square to the top of your mat. Maybe you want to give yourself an ankle circle or two. That always feels delicious after you've been running. Straighten that leg back up and then internally rotate that baby. Think about the inner thigh of that right leg moving up toward the ceiling. And then with an exhale, take that right foot through, step it to the space in between your hands. Drop the back knee down. And with an inhale, come into a low lunge. We're going to twist. Take the left elbow outside of the right knee. Join your palms together in prayer and then see if you can get those joined palms to move toward the center of your chest and the center of your chest to move toward the palms. Exhaling here too, each time the belly button is moving in toward the spine and there's this ringing out sort of effect. So with the inhale, then you find length through the top of your head and out that tailbone. Exhaling, the belly button moves in toward the spine. Hopefully you're finding a good deal of openness in the chest happening. With the next inhale, unwind, take those arms out and up toward the sky once again, and then frame that forward foot. Roll the back foot down, coming into warrior two, bend into the right knee, 90-degree angle as much as possible. Make sure that there's external rotation on that leg, or more importantly, that the knee is on properly. So look out over your forward toe and just make sure you can see your big right toe on the inside of your right knee. That'll keep it protected. Strong through the back leg, press into the pinky toe edge of that right foot, and then cartwheel your hands down, framing that forward foot. Left foot kicks forward to meet the right, and you're in a forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhaling, draw yourself up to vertical, join the palms above your head. Exhaling, the hands come to the heart. Just breathe and feel. Another chair pose, bend the knees, take the weight back into the heels, sink low, exhale. With the inhale, stand up, reach up, little back bend, and with an exhale, pour your heart forward, folding forward. Inhale, lift up halfway, look forward. Exhale, step the left foot back. Inhale, come up into a high lunge, and again, we're going to straighten this forward knee, coming high onto the ball of the back foot as well. Quite a bit of balance. Think about squeezing something in between your thighs. Even though your legs aren't together, you can still access those adductors. Each exhale, you're bending the knee. Each inhale, you're straightening. Now exhale and bend and just sink down. Strong in that back leg. Push out that back heel. With the exhale, the hands come down. They frame the front foot. Right foot goes back to meet left. Downward dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, lower slowly to the ground. Untuck the tootsies. Interlace your fingers behind your back, and then however you just did that, change it so the other index finger is on top. Samey same, roll your heart open, shoulder blades come together behind you. You're trying to lift the arms off the glutes, and you're lifting your legs too, sparkling out all of your tootsies. Breathe, breathe, breathe. See if you can get more height out of everything. Release the clasp of the hands. Take the arms out in a capital T like you're flying. Bring the hands beneath the shoulders. Push your sweet self up into an upward facing dog or in a cobra. You decide. The exhale finds you in a downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg lifts. Exhale, stack the left hip on top of the right. Give yourself an ankle circle if you like that. Be mindful of your shoulders, making sure that they're square to the top of the mat as much as possible. This will give you more stretch in your left side as well. Breathe. With an inhale, straighten that left leg back up and then internally rotate it. Think about taking the inner left thigh up toward the ceiling. You can also think about squeezing that thing between your thighs here too. Exhale, left foot comes forward to the space in between your hands. Back knee lowers down. We're twisting here too. Take that right elbow outside the left knee. Join hands in prayer. I untuck my back toes here because I find that pressing the top of the back foot down helps me to get more rotation out of my trunk. Try pressing that back shin and the top of the back foot down for more action up front. Breathe deeply, exhaling, belly button is moving in toward the spine. Lots of length in your spine. On the inhale, imagine energy shooting out the top of your head. And then unwind, take these arms out and up and see if you can get a nice big old back bend out of this now that you have just stretched that right side open with that twist. Hands come down, they frame the front foot. And then coming right into a warrior two here, roll that back foot down. Strong with both legs. You're moving toward a 90-degree angle in that left knee. I don't practice there much anymore. Do what feels good to you. Challenge your own hips. Roll into pinky toe edge of that back foot so that the outside of your back leg comes alive. Cartwheel those hands down. Kick back foot forward, folding forward at the top of your mat. Inhale, draw yourself up to vertical. Exhale, hands come down to the heart. Let's put a little bit of balance into this practice. Taking tree pose. Left leg is the standing leg. Bring all the weight over into the left leg. Bring the sole of the right foot to the left inner thigh, above or below the knee joint. Don't put it on the knee joint. Hands can stay at the heart. Arms can go up, or we can do fountain of youth. Cross your wrists, bringing the palms together, and take those joined palms up overhead. And then with an exhale, just let your arms cascade down either side, like you're drawing a rainbow up and over you. Again, cross the wrists, take those joined palms up overhead. Then with an exhale, take your joined index fingers and thumbs. Draw your rainbow on either side. Last one, inhale. And exhale, let those arms come down by your sides. Maintaining this balance on the left leg, bring the hands back to the heart and then take that right knee forward. Send that right leg back up into the air. Little baby warrior three becomes a high lunge. Step gracefully back. Definitely use your hands for balance if you need. Arms move up toward the sky. Strong, strong, strong. Just strong everywhere. Hands come down. They frame that forward foot. Bring the right foot in about halfway toward the back so that you can straighten both legs. The soles of both feet are on the mat. Both sets of toes are pointing forward. Pull left hip crease back. Right will come forward a little bit. You're squeezing your little thing between your thighs here too. Forehead is trying to move toward the knee. Maybe that happens for you, maybe it doesn't. We're looking for lots of good stretch in the outside of your left hip. And then go ahead and turn this into a downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple your spine forward into plank pose. Lower all the way down. Untuck your toes. Another locust pose, clasping the hands behind your back. Any old way works. And then lift everything up. Arms are up off the glutes. Legs are long and strong. Heart is beaming forward. Shoulder blades are drawing together behind you to help that beaming forward action. Release the clasp of the hands and be like a skydiver. See if you can get lots of height out of your legs and your arms too. Lots of work for your back. Lots going on. Hands are underneath the shoulders. Push yourself up into a cobra or an upward facing dog, yogi's choice. And the exhale has you pushing back into downward facing dog. Inhaling, the right leg lifts. Exhaling, the right foot steps into the space between the hands. We're moving toward a pigeon pose. So take that right knee toward the heel of the right hand and take the right shin kind of parallel to the top of your mat, but think more about that right knee just pointing toward the forward right corner of the mat. Back leg is long and strong, toes are untucked. You can stay vertical or you can bring yourself forward, maybe onto your elbows, your forearms. This should be a lot of stretch for your hips, so be gentle with you, lots and lots of breath. Breathe very, very deeply. And we'll spend several breaths here. So with each exhale, imagine you could sink a little bit lower. Imagine you could get a little bit heavier. Imagine things a little bit warmer. Imagine things opening up a little bit more. Take another really deep breath or two here. And then we're going to start to take this pose apart, come up onto the palms of the hands. Tuck those back toes, step onto the sole of that right foot, and then kick the left foot to meet the right. Forward folding at the top of your mat. Inhaling, take the arms out and up, join the palms up above your head. Exhaling, hands come down to the heart. Tree pose, second side, bring the weight over into the right leg now. Bring the sole of the left foot to the inside of that right leg. It can go above or below the knee. Hands can stay at the heart if you like. You can take those joined palms up above your head and you can just reach toward the sky there. Or we can do another fountain of youth, crossing the wrists and taking those joined palms up above your head and then just cascade, join index and thumb together. As you come down the sides, another one. Last one, 3 of 3. And just let those arms cascade down either side of you. Keeping this balance going, take this left knee forward and then turn this into a little warrior 3 for just a moment on your way back to a high lunge. See if you can gracefully step yourself, but if you need to put your hands down right here, go for it. Into your high lunge you go. Reach the fingertips up, reach the heart up. Draw shoulder blades together behind you, sink into your hips, strong through both legs. Exhaling, take those hands down to frame that forward foot. Step the back foot in about halfway. Squeeze that thing between your thighs once again. Pull the right hip back. Left hip comes forward. You're trying to take your forehead toward the right knee. Maybe it goes, maybe it doesn't. Should feel a pretty big party going on the outside of your right hip. Although depending on how tight your legs are, you could feel this almost anywhere. I feel this in every part of my legs when I do it. And then go ahead and turn this into a downward facing dog. Step that forward foot back to meet the back. Inhaling, ripple yourself forward into plank pose, or if you're kind of over it, you can just stay in dog or maybe rest in child's pose. If you're coming with me, go ahead and interlace your fingers behind your back one more time. Choose the habitual or non-habitual grip. Just try to change it up. And then when you're ready to inhale and lift everything, arms, legs, toes, gaze. Draw your shoulder blades together behind you. Release, fly. Imagine you're flying through the air. You just jumped out of an airplane. See if you can get a little bit more height. Challenge yourself a little bit more. Hands move down underneath the shoulders. Take the back bend of your choice. Cobra pose or upward facing dog. Moving into downward facing dog. Inhaling, that left leg goes up. Exhaling, it's pigeon pose on the second side. So the left knee is moving toward the heel of the left hand, and then in a perfect world, the left shin would be parallel to the top of the mat, but don't worry about it. Think more about the left knee pointing toward the forward left corner of the mat, and then where the shin rests, it rests. Stay vertical or come down onto forearms. And again, lots of breath. It's a big hip opener. You might notice your thoughts becoming even kind of angry. That's pretty normal. Just breathe. Let them come and go. Holding this for a few more breaths, maybe you can sink a little bit deeper. Take one or two more deep breaths here. Send all that breath to your hip. Wherever you're feeling it most, exhale. Keep your concentration on that spot. Send it some love. Bring yourself back up to vertical. Tuck your back toes. Step onto that left foot and kick the right foot to meet it. You're in a forward fold at the top of your mat. Shake your head. Breathe. Draw yourself up to standing. Take the arms out and up. Join the palms above your head. Bring those joined palms to your third eye. Touch it gently. Bring the hands to the heart. Remind yourself of whatever intention you set for your practice. Remind yourself of the people for whom you've created this energy. And it's Shavasana time. Get yourself organized on your mat such that your body is as neutral as possible. I like to think about the position that you would be in if you were going to make a snow angel. Get into snow angel position, get all your fidgets out, fix your clothes. Let it all go. Please stay in this Shavasana for as long as you like. But if you've got to get up and get moving, then go ahead and bend those knees, bring the soles of the feet to the mat, let them be nice and wide so that you can windshield wiper your knees. Nice big wide feet and wide knees, one direction, the other direction. Let that hip come up off the mat so there's a nice little twisting action to your lower back. Bring your sweet self up to seated and take a moment to thank your body for carrying you through this practice. Thank your mind for making the choice to be here and spend this time with me. And as always, I am grateful for you. Thank you for being here.